Mom said you took her out dancing next weekend. Where'd you guys go?
When we went dancing, we used to go to High Neighbor on Saturdays and Sundays. We went to Point View after we were married with Bobby and Joanna, Marge and George.
When did you know you were going to marry Mom?
That's an episode, another story. She went on vacation with Bonnie Hawk to Florida for 2 weeks. She worked at Butler Wick. And she said she was going on vacation, and I'd been going to see her. And so when she went on vacation, I took some other people horseback riding and did.
Other people as in girls, because Mom was out of town.
Yeah, I was just making sure. I was making sure.
You dirty dog.
No. And anyway, when she came back, I went back and started dating her and never looked again. But I had to go make sure. That's all there was to it. So, but she, we used to go dance, and I went over to the Mohawk school with Amy. And I was dating Amy, and she would say, well, ask Karen. Karen's a better dancer than I. And that's where it all started at. I don't know how many dances I went to over at Mohawk, and Karen was there, and Amy would say, well, Karen's a better dancer than I. And that's where it all started. And then when Amy got married, and Sally went with me to the wedding, and I caught the garter and she caught the bouquet.
It is true.
What? Picture taken together.
You got your picture taken together?
Yeah, because she caught the bouquet and I caught the garter. And then that's what it started the episode when the 4th of July came around. I said I get the Peterson girl when we went to Bessemer.
I like how you laid dibs on Mom.
Huh?
I like how you laid dibs on Mom.
Well, that was the reason. Because I said I get the Peterson girl and you can have whoever's with her. That's how I left it.
Who'd you go with?
It was Lowell.
Oh, happy birthday, Lowell.
Yeah. And then we also tried to fix him up with Laura Martin, and we went to Canfield Fair. And it was raining real hard, and we took off running to keep from getting wet. And here the girls' bathroom had a door opening over here and a door opening down here. And we thought this was the boys, and we ran into the girls. The bathroom, and these girls come out, there's men in here. Anyway, that episode I remember. We laughed over that one too, and they come out laughing too. They said there was guys in the girls' bathroom, and I said there was. Anyhow, so she wore a pink dress to a New Year's, a mini skirt, pink mini dress, and it was real pretty. And she got it just for that occasion. And we were dancing, and somebody had a bandage on their finger, and it bled on her dress when we danced. That real pretty. She never could wear it again. She got it for one night and never could wear it again. But it was real pretty pink.
Dyed it red.
And she should have dyed it red. And then one time we went to the fair, and your Aunt Sally and her were the same size. And Aunt Karen had 2 hot pants suits. I had a red and white checkered shirt, and your mother made a halter top with hot pants, red and white checks. And she had a blue hot pants suit, so Sally wore that, and Uncle Willard and I took them to the fair, and you ought to saw the looks. We had to really hang on to them because everybody was looking at your Aunt Sally and your mom with these hot pants on because they were eye catchers. Anyway, that was another episode I remember. I thought about it today as we were going through all the stuff we were going through this morning. And I said, you realize if Aunt Sally was here, she'd be up here? And your mother said yes. So that's just how she was with us. I was her baby brother. Anyhow, I think of her a lot. So anyway, your mother and I dated, and when we got engaged, I went to the jewelry store out in Salem to get a diamond, and I walked in and I was looking, and the lady said, "Can I help you?" And I said, "No, thank you," and I turned around and walked back out. So I stood outside the door looking in. I thought, what the hell? So I goes back in, and so I picked out the ring, and I got the wedding band and everything. I bought it all for myself and her. They engraved.
You were determined that she was going to say yes?
Yeah, it was engraved wrong. It was engraved wrong because I forget what it was. One says one date, and one says something else. You have to look on the inside of the ring.
You had already gotten engaged and you went and got her a ring after? Or
No,
what date did you have engraved on it?
I went back and had it done.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But anyway, I went back in and got it. So then, for Christmas Eve, we always went to church on Christmas Eve in Bessemer. And so,
Church or?
yes. So I got her a bottle of perfume, and I went and bought her a dress to go New Year's dancing, a long gown dress. So I gave her the perfume and the dress before we went to church, and I had the ring in my pocket. So I didn't give her the ring until we left church, went back to church, and church was at midnight. That's when they celebrated Christmas Eve, and I gave her the ring, and then we had to go show everybody, Grandma Helen and everybody. We had to go show her the ring.
So you gave her the ring after midnight service.
Mm-hmm.
Did you talk to Martha before you asked her, or you just did it?
I just did it. But your
Foster, you do what you want.
your grandma Martha and Aunt Selma, I could hear them talk, and when I'd go to see her, they would say, "Boy, if we had him coming to see us, what we would do." I could hear the two of them talking, and Uncle Mort say, "Shut up." But that's what they would do, and they didn't know I heard them talking about me. So, in that family, I was in that family before they even realized I was in that family, because Uncle Paul and Uncle Windsor, they'd tell me jokes and make me laugh, and they knew I was ornery, so I got along with all of them. But Aunt Selma and Martha, they were ornery. And then one day, Swede, the old Swede who lived down the street, he called him Swede, I don't know what his name was. He came over from Sweden too. Anyway, he says, when you see your mother-in-law and her sister Selma, he says, you ask them how their fusses are. So I went down, we were sitting on the porch, and I goes, "Oh, somebody told me to ask about you girls, about you," and Uncle Mort, just his teeth come out almost. He laughed so hard.
So,
They knew it was Swede. They said, "Swede told you to ask us that." I
for
said,
context, Fussa referred to lady parts.
Yes.
In the speaking.
Yeah.
So that was Swede setting you up to
yeah.
embarrass yourself with
I went to the
your
feed.
mother-in-law.
I went to the feed mill, and he said, "You go home and ask him that." So, nope. Hey. And it used to be I would walk through the room, and if they were in the kitchen, I would pat them both on the butt as I walked through the room, and they would, oh, Butch, it's Butch. And Aunt Selma would always say, "Oh, Butch." Uncle Mort would just laugh. He thought I was funny anyhow. One time he said to me, he says, "You pat her more than I do." That was Uncle Mort, though. He was funny. Can't you just see him walking down the street and his pants falling down? His hands are full. He's crossing the street in Bessemer, and his pants are on his ankles.
Anyway.
Uncle Mort was a good old stick. Nope.
So tell me more about you and Mom.
Oh, what more about me and Mom? Well, I think when she came into the family, I don't think she realized what she was getting into. Well, she did, but she didn't. And we had the Christmas dinner at the Grange, And my family didn't know I got engaged neither. They only knew about the perfume and the dress. So when we walked in, it was a shock to the family. It was a surprise. I think Sally might have knew. Because one time I bought...
You mean you didn't tell anybody you bought her a ring? Wow.
I was nervous. I was nervous.
I mean, I've never known you to keep a secret in your life.
Well, that was my secret.
Can I get an amen?
Anyway, we went to the Grange, so it caused a commotion. And then when we went to get married, Aunt Sally said, don't move the trailer in over there. And then Dad got mad at Sally. Oh, I can still remember all that stuff flying. Red Wolf was going to let me move it over by his place. And Dad said he came home to farm, and well, then they turned around and I went and looked at this big, beautiful trailer up in New Middletown. We were going to get it. And Mom got online, got the paper or something and found this one down in Rogers. And the lady was allergic to the paneling. So she says, go look at it, Butch. So we went to look at it. Well, it wasn't even half the money. And I turned around and I sold my black stallion. So there was half of the payment for the trailer.
That was smart.
And so anyway, Mom saw the trailer. I didn't. Grandma found it, and then one thing led to another, and that's how we did it. And then when we got married, and Aunt Sally cut everybody's hair. My hair, Skeeter's hair. She cut everybody's hair for the wedding. She saved it. And she short-sheeted the bed and stuck it in the bed. The hair, when we came back from our honeymoon, there was a bell under the bed, and all this hair and rice was in our bed. And when we pulled back the sheets, you slid in the bed and it was short-sheeted and all this stuff was in it. Your mother took the sheets to the laundromat to wash, and it looked like there was maggots in the wash. So, and all this hair was stuck in the washer too.
She
So
didn't shake it out. She just took it and washed it all together.
your mom wasn't used to do laundry back then. And then everybody came down to see us open the wedding gifts. And so Aunt Selma and Uncle Mort and your mother, Grandma Martha were all smoking cigars. And there's pictures of them someplace with them all smoking cigars from the wedding. And nope, no, she wore high boots and mini hot pants. She always had nice legs, and she showed them. That was your mother. And just like now, hey, she's still an eye catcher. She was an eye catcher then, she still is. I got told at the class reunion that I got accused of robbing a cradle because she looked younger than all the people I went to school with. So, anyway, what else? I don't know how she put up with me. I won't lie to you guys. Putting up with me and the farm and the animals and my family. Nope. All right, that's enough. You better shut it off. I've told too much.